just to level set everyone for the same page, we are operating on sort of the assumption that this is an existing building that we are readapting to be a new luxury boutique hotel. Because of that, we are dealing with this weird non-orthogonal sort of shape to our tower, and we have fixed, sort of stair and core locations that might not have been where we would have placed them had they been a completely brand new project. Additionally, we are going to sort of set some pro forma targets that we'll see how close Alex can get to it. So the RFP that we've gotten is asking us to fit 275 hotel rooms into this particular tower, and the owner is looking for roughly 30% of them to be king units and the remaining 70% to be queen units. Right now, sort of, why don't we go ahead and let Alex start setting up this project, and he'll walk you through those steps.
Yeah. So now what I can do is go into one of my floors, and since I already have my circulation in place and set up, I can access the units in my design catalog and really just start to do a basic drag and drop of units and start to really puzzle piece them together. So let's just say I'll go through, scroll through my units, and at this corner, let's just put a king suite. And again, I can simply just drag and drop this unit from my design catalog into place. From here, I can utilize Skema's unit layout tools to really configure these units and this overall layout to how I want it to be. So I can rotate my unit, get it set up in place. Now let's place in one other unit while we're here. We have a king suite, so let's just bring in a queen suite. We'll drop it in right next to it. We'll do the same thing again. We'll easily and very quickly rotate it. What I can do is do a quick mirror of it just to flip it on its own side, align it next and snap it to my king unit. And now, again, very quickly, utilizing another one of Skema's unit layout tools, let's make a clone of this unit. So what I can do is select this, go to clone mode. I'm going to have 2 total units in my array. And now I'm very easily able to take units, drag them into place, configure them, and then copy them. I can copy a number of them. And then what I can even do is go in and let's say I want my bathrooms to be on the same wall. Well, let's select this first unit, and just with a click of a button, I can mirror this unit. And again, it is mirroring all the embedded BIM information within this unit itself, just by a click of a button. So ultimately, let's just save this, exit out, and ultimately you get to a point where you've configured all your standardized units to a configuration of your choosing, and you can start to move along within this process. Now, one thing you may notice with this specific project is we do have non-orthogonal corners. And how do we go about solving that? Well, utilizing some of Skema's massing and morphing capabilities, we can go in and start to create those custom units. So let's go into this top floor here. And again, using Skema's massing tool, I can create a shape to fit the footprint of this non-orthogonal corner, hit enter, and now I have a massing in place of this corner shape. So I'm going to select this massing, and let's take a look at the area. It's about 580 square feet, if you will, and we'll try to match it close to one of the units within our design catalog that would fit. I could morph really any variety of it, but for the sake of this example, just looking through my design catalog, let's do the queen suite here. So I can go to the right side of my screen, go to insert custom body, let's select queen suite, hit insert, and I'm going to select my circulation wall. Give it a second to load. And now what has happened is all the embedded information within that queen suite unit, such that I put right here, has now been reshaped and morphed to this new geometry. Now with this other almost weirder massing to the right of it, let's put in a standard double queen, a different unit. We'll go through the same process. Let's select insert, select the circulation wall. And again, in a matter of seconds, we have this new unit created with Skema's morphing capabilities. Now I'm just going to save this, exit out, and ultimately you'd play around with this, utilizing morphing, utilizing dragging and dropping the different unit configuration tools to get a full-on layout. Now within this layout itself, you'll notice all the voided space in between the units can be classified as circulation space. And now once I do have this layout completed, I can start to apply this to the rest of my floors. Every other floor, only a select number of floors. Again, you can have a variety of different layouts within a project itself. And to do this, I can just go through, select, what floors I want to apply this layout to apply layout 2 to it. And you can see this layout that I created and configured on one floor can easily and quickly be applied to any other floor. And now just looking at an example of a fully completed tower with a configuration on every floor, we start to get to this point.
So hopefully you can see how through the drag and drop and morphing and sort of other functionalities within Schema, you're able to very quickly get your massing and blocking and stacking resolved for particularly your tower, your bed towers, etc. One question that we get a lot is, well, how does Schema handle the non-repetitive spaces, the podiums, the experiential things like that? Which of course we've said we're trying not to, we don't want to take over. We want to make sure that you're spending your time on those. But what you can do in Schema and what our users have been using it for is you can actually still do some of the initial massing out or bubble diagramming of your space to allow yourself to be checking pro forma areas, get demising walls, get rough ideas of how the space should be laid out, so that when you do that Revit export, you're not starting with a completely blank space on that level. So for example, you can add your lobby, you can add your gym, your pool, your amenity spaces, etc., just by adding those masses and classifying them to whatever you want them to be. With that, then they come in as their own individual rooms. They come in with still your demising walls, your floors, things like that. So you can still get a breakdown of your larger project and be using Schema even for those non-repetitive spaces. Additionally, if you have a floor plan, let's say, or your catalog has a mix of things, if you had, for example, a multi-user restroom sort of pod that you want to drop in, you can drag that in, drop it in place, and put these masses around it. It doesn't have to be one whole floor is all massed or one whole floor is all units. Schema really is the tool that solves kind of the hybrid of how you accommodate both of those together. So this is what you might end up with for your final sort of podium level. You'll see that Alex has massed this out into a variety of different uses, different sort of areas, different things like that. He can check his pro forma to see if he's matching with those requirements as well, and adjusting those as he might need to.